So here I am in Scottsdale. It's the first day of the workshop, and I'm doing a block study demo. I'm using a Carbothello pastel pencil to put the drawing in, so if I need to change it, I can just brush it off. And it doesn't pollute my colors. It's a light blue. So I'm just going to do the drawing. Quickly, and then I'm going to start, and I'm thinking now about my values and my colors. From 1 to 5 are my shadow notes, and 6 to 10 are my light planes. So this is a white in shadow, so this would be a 5 on the value scale. So I'm just putting the color in, and I'm going to leave spaces between the colors. I'm not going to butt the colors up because it's easier to change the color if they're not touching each other. So this is just a study. You know, I'm for demonstration purposes. We start with simple shapes, blocks, and then tomorrow I'll do a demo of a round object, a little more complicated. Okay, so I'm just going from one adjacent color to the next. Now this is a blue in sunlight. So I'm putting a warm color. I'm trying not to repeat a color because I'm painting the difference in all these items. So now the white in shadow and the blue in sunlight may be the same value, but it may be a temperature, so temperature difference. So the white in shadow is a cool, and the blue in light is a warm. So now I'm putting in the blue in shadow, which is a little bit dark. It's not a little bit, but it's darker than the white in shadow. So not only is there a color change, but there's also a value change. So we say if it's the right color, it's the right value, it's the right hue, and the right saturation. So I'm quickly trying to cover. I'm keeping everything in mind as I'm painting. So here is a red cloth in light here. And then here's the shadow part of that red cloth. So it's cooler and darker than the red in sunlight. Like I say, I'm keeping white spaces between my colors so that it's easier to change a color. And I want to look at it after I cover all the white spaces, then I can determine whether or not I need to change a color. And it's quick, you know, I'm not getting into detail. These are color scales. Like in music, you have scales. These are color scales. These are exercises that you do that you can then apply to all your other, like landscape, figure, etc. So this is a sunny morning. I've got a white block, a blue block, a red cloth. Then I have a yellow block that eventually I'll paint in the green, a green cloth. And then I have the sand in the distance. That's kind of like a sand color. So this is a white, the white part in light. I've warmed this up a little bit, and I didn't make it too yellow because I'm going to use the yellow for the green cloth in light and for the yellow block in light. So this is a yellow block in shadow. It looks green to me. And I want to keep that. I want to get it dark enough so it stays in the shadow note. And then I'm going to use, for the light plane, a warm, like a cad yellow. And then for the green and light, I'm going to go to a cad lemon. So I'm using 2 yellows, but I'm changing the color. Probably here I put a lavender, a bluish, a cool lavender. I started the green and shadow with the lavender. And then eventually I'll put a cool green. This is just the start. I'm over coloring I'm trying to paint the illusion of light on these objects with pigment, so I'm overcoloring, and eventually I'll come back and, bring the color closer to the actual color. But it's these objects in light. So now I'm more of a neutral back here. It's in light, and it goes more towards the ochre. Okay, so this is I'm almost done with this this first demo, and this is the start of these objects. So what we say is it's important. Hawthorne says it's important to get the start, to get a strong start, an accurate start. So I've organized my lights and my shadows, and I've painted the difference in these objects. I've used a palette knife because it's easy to clean the knife. I don't have to deal with a brush, although I do use brush on my paintings usually, but with these studies I try to encourage the students to use a palette knife.